Hey, I'm Ramona, and I'm about to show you something shocking, so take a deep breath and watch the following video.
Hi, this is Matt from QuickRegister.net, and hey, I just had a guest post published on SiteProNews, which is an excellent blog. It gets a lot of traffic. People are interested in SEO, marketing, business, and the title is 7 Common Lies About SEO. People like mistake and lies posts. It's just one of those things. They like, the 7 mistakes you should look out for, the common lies, and list posts seem to work really well. And this one seems to work well. We've got over 40 comments on it, and I tried to write the best post I could here, and the most honest post I could. And the first lie that SEO gurus tell us is that content is king. And of course, content is really important. You have to have good content. But I have seen sites, and I'll just tell you, like Mashable or the Huffington Post, they just pump out these short articles that are basically kind of regurgitated news stories. And their strategy is to pump out masses of these short stories. There's very little real in-depth news and reporting. It's just these short stories just coming out like machine gun fire. Now, they have, I think Mashable has like 40 writers. I don't know how many writers Huffington Post is, but these are just machine blogs. And so if you could hire, hundreds of writers to write for you every day, eventually just the critical mass would be so big that your content is going to get ranked. And because an often overlooked part of getting a website's rank is just traffic. It's basically a popularity contest. If you're getting lots of traffic to your web post, you're going to get more. And if you have a blog post which is not a blog which is not that popular yet, and you write a brilliant article on a subject, and then you have somebody like Mashable or Huffington Post who just posts a short blurb about that same subject, they're definitely going to get ranked above you. So content really isn't king. Content's important, but it's not king, because if you just write a great article, it's not enough, okay? It has to be promoted, and it has to be seen as popular in the search engines, because let's face it, Google doesn't have time to sit there and read and judge every single article. So, hey, content's important, especially for little guys, because we have a chance at getting some viral action going if our content is great. If it's not great, we don't. So for us, it actually is more important, but it's not the only factor. And here's another one. Just follow Google's terms and conditions and everything will just work out fine. No, no. Google wants your money. They make all of their money from AdWords, from people paying to click those ads. They don't make some of their money from that. They make all of their money. They got one way to make billions of dollars. That's it. So they don't really want you to be masters at getting a natural search engine listings. They don't want you to game the search engines at all. They just want you to pay for pay-per-click. Okay, so listening to Matt Cutt's blog, okay, you can listen to it, but he's not going to give you any. He's not going to give you any techniques that are going to give you an edge. All right. Don't look to get an edge with Matt Cutts. He'll just tell you to write good content and be nice, play by the rules, and everything will work out right. No, it won't. Black hat techniques do not work. Yeah, they can work. Okay. I had a friend who was an undercover narcotics detective, and one thing he told me, 22 years in the job, crime pays. I mean, you could end up dead or in jail eventually, but yeah, there's a lot of money in it. So there's people who can game the system, who do have techniques. There is a caveat there, is that Google has the most money and hires the best, smartest people. So it's a tough way to go to really do aggressive black hat stuff. A lot of times it works temporarily and then stops working. So the odds are in their favor. You have a very, very worthy opponent there. But in any case, there really is no white hat, because everything, if you're trying to just get an edge on the search engine listings, that's kind of gray hat, at least, so you kind of have to play on that borderline of gray hat and like over the top a black hat, which will get everything banned and which I do not recommend, because we're probably just not good enough to do it. If you are, okay, great. But hey, I'll leave that up to you. You know, there's a downside to the crime. It pays, but it could be a downside. Okay, there's another thing. You know, Neil Patel has just this fantastic blog. Guy puts out so much great content. I'm going through his course on SEO and learning a lot of things he has to say, and a lot of things he says have really worked out well for me, like the long tail keywords. I'm putting long tail keywords in my blog post, and I'm starting to get some traction with that. But he said, like, using keywords in your domain doesn't really work that well anymore for getting ranked for your websites. And nah, that's not true. I mean, I've got a website, classifiedsubmissions.com. You type in classified submissions, I'm number one. I have another website, bestplumberfortlauderdale.com. It's on the first page of Google with Angie's List and Yellow Pages and Google My Business pages. You know, you got to have content too. You've got to promote it. I mean, that's what I found. I mean, you can't just, you know, park a domain name and have it ranked. No, it's got to have real content about that subject. That's true. That's what I found true from my experiences. You'll see if you go to this blog post, there are a lot of people who have also an experience using keywords and domains. And if you just want to rank for specific keywords, that's your goal. You're not promoting a brand. Okay. You know, if you can promote a brand and get that into everyone's brain, of course, that's the best thing. But if you just go for those keywords, it can really work. Okay. Another thing I never really kind of understood was this stuff about buying links. What's that about? You know, I can buy advertising on a site, but I can't buy a link. I mean, if it's a real website and it's getting me real traffic, why not? Okay. How would Google tell the difference between me just advertising on a website, or buying links? Okay. Maybe if they're junk links and they're not getting traffic, but if they're getting traffic, maybe someone can enlighten me on that. You know, if the links that you buy on a site, which you could call advertising, are getting your traffic and real traffic, why not? Okay. I'm not getting the deal. Isn't that what Google does anyway? Is sell links? That's how they make all their money. All right, it's just getting crazy. Now, if anyone says, I know the algorithm, I mean, unless they are the engineers at Google and they have a clue of what Google's algorithms are, Google is not going to tell us what their algorithms are. We're just guessing, folks. All we can do is try things and see what works. That's why I think experiential SEO is the best. When you try things, you see what works, you see what's working for other people. That's how we can find this out. It kind of was what makes it fun. If we knew exactly what worked, you know, it wouldn't be such an art form, and it wouldn't be quite as much fun discovering what works. But Google's not going to tell us what their algorithms are. If anyone starts saying, "I know the algorithms," you know, kind of take that with a major grain of salt. You know, I prefer people talking about their experiences and, hey, I did this and it worked, or I tried that and it didn't work. To me, that's more valuable than someone talking about algorithms. Okay. Now, there's another lie versus I can get you ranked on the first page of Google. Well, actually, it's kind of a white lie, because you can get ranked on the first page of Google for like super non-competitive keywords. You know, I did a test on this blog post. You know, I put the video up, Craigslist alternative in Pierre, South Dakota, cars, RVs, John boats, and tractors. Okay, I'm number one for those keywords. You know, there's no competition, okay, for those exact keywords. Pierre, South Dakota, beautiful people in South Dakota. I've been there, nice people, 10,000 people. There's just no competition. So if there's a keyword that has no competition, you've got a great chance of ranking number one. So in a way, yeah, you can. Now, if you want me to rank for number one for personal injury attorney New York, it's not going to be that easy. All right. So it really just depends on the competition. If you've got no competition, you usually get up there right away. So I consider this the least of the lies. People say this is a big lie. You know, I'll get you ranked in the first page of Google. For what? Hey, if you click the link in the description below, or in this video, if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to click a link directly through it. I'd like you to go to this post and add your comments. We have over 44 different comments now. It's only been up for a few hours. Appreciate your comments, and I'd like to hear your experiences on SEO, not theory, but things you've tried, things you haven't tried, things you have tried that have worked or haven't worked. That's the type of stuff we're interested in because we really don't know the algorithms. So here are all these people who have given comments. I'd like you to come by, give your comment too on this SiteProNews 7 Common Lies about SEO. Good site, SiteProNews. Check them out. All right. Thanks a lot. This is Matt from QuickRegister.net.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope the information we presented shows you our excellent service. So what are you waiting for? Take action now and feel the change soon.